AEW must do this with Britt Baker or else. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what they got to do and why it's so significant. Because Britt Baker, albeit a little speed bump, she is back in All Elite Wrestling after a long hiatus, returning earlier this year. Forbidden Door having a pretty epic showdown with Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship, only to have a lackluster match, I would say so, at All In. That was a shame because I was really looking forward to that match. Now, longtime viewers of this channel will know that I am a big fan of Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné, and I was a little disappointed in that match. But what can you do? I know Mercedes Moné has publicly spoken about how she did not like that match and was a little caught off guard, and weren't we all? But when it comes to Britt Baker, she is moving on, looking for bigger and better opportunities. Hey, Tony Khan, I got an idea for you, buddy. So, Britt Baker is obviously one of AEW's biggest stars. And I know some of you will shake your head at that statement, but the fact of the matter is, it's true. It was true a few years ago. It's still true to this day, just as long as Tony Khan and AEW will actually book her in the correct way. Britt Baker was a pillar of this company, remains a pillar of this company, helping develop and build the women's division into what it is today. An inaugural key factor in this division. It took her a minute, but she became the women's champion and really helped them during the pandemic era and 2021. Think about her feud with Thunder Rosa. That is still talked about to this day as one of the greatest rivalries in the young history of AEW. Albeit, I think Toni Storm and Mariah May takes the bill on that in the women's division. Britt Baker, though, she was off television yet again coming out of All In. She wasn't on All Out, and obviously she did not work Wrestle Dream. Now, there's been a little bit of speculation, a little confusion, if you will. Was she supposed to win that Fatal 4-Way? Was she supposed to step into the ring and challenge Mariah May for the Women's Championship at Wrestle Dream? Well, she pulled out of that match due to strep throat. She was really, really sick. And Willow Nightingale won that match and faced Mariah May. It was a good match. I liked it. But that was not the case. Britt Baker was not supposed to win that match, y'all. And that leads us to today's video. I think it's very important that AEW understands this, Tony Khan understands this, and AEW fans understand this. Britt Baker is someone who has name recognition. She is a true star in this company. She has an it factor. She has a charisma that can align herself into a huge star. And if AEW would actually get behind her, she could actually become the star that we all know and love. They have to do this. They have to get her back on television on a regular basis. I'm talking every week. I don't care if it's on Dynamite. I don't care if it's on Rampage. I don't care if it's on Collision. Get this woman on television and have her rack up wins. I don't want to hear her talk about how she's going to win and how she's going to do this and how she's going to do that. I want to see her win matches. Okay? Coming from a guy in Tony Khan who's a numbers guy with all of his sports enterprises and jobs and roles, he should understand this. Winning matters. Whether it's pro wrestling, soccer, football, whatever it is, winning matters. Wins and losses matter. And Britt Baker she came back, she won a few matches, then she put over Mercedes Moné. I ain't got no problem with that. But do not beat this woman like a drum like you did before she went on hiatus due to injury. Okay? Let's not do that. Focus in on what you have in Britt Baker. Understand what you have in Britt Baker. Accept what you have in Britt Baker and go with Britt Baker for G's sake. Like, can we do that? Can we do that? Because Tony Khan has not shown that he's able to consistently book Britt Baker at the level in which she was supposed to be at, and in which a level that she should be at. If he is not careful, if I'm Britt Baker and my deal comes up whenever, I'm going to considerably take a look at my situation and consider going to WWE. I think she'd be a bigger star in WWE. This woman can talk. This woman can wrestle. This woman has her character work down. She's a really good babyface. She's an amazing heel. That's what her bread and butter is all about. That's what she made her name off of is being a heel. And why? At a time when you have one of the most just stacked women's division, you're not using this woman to her full capabilities. To the point before she went on hiatus, she was going on social media and pointing out her lack of promo time, her lack of TV time. Not even just wrestling. This woman couldn't get on television to save her life before going on hiatus. Why? Well, creative has nothing for you. It's like, oh, jeez. She can do anything and everything you need out of a wrestler. She's attractive. She has the look. She has the it. She can wrestle. She can work. She can play both roles in a babyface and a heel. You take out the checklist, and she's checking off the boxes, y'all. If I'm WWE, I am seriously taking a look at this woman and going, you know what? I know we got a full roster, but man, can you imagine? We finally get that Britt Baker Jade Cargill match. One of the biggest mistakes in the history of that company of not booking Jade Cargill as a TBS champion and Britt Baker. Like, insane that did not happen. That was a money match. Money, money, money. We talk about these Shane McMahon rumors. Talk about money. Well, Jade Cargill and Britt Baker is a money program. It's a money match, y'all. Especially in WWE. So, you go down the card. You go down that card. She can work with Bayley, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton. There's a lot of notable names. But then, there's a lot of notable names in AEW in which Britt Baker either A, has not worked with, or B, can work with. That's the beauty of it. Because to Tony Khan's credit, to AEW's credit, they've heavily invested in its women's division. Right? They've built up Mariah May. They signed her. They've brought in Deonna Purrazzo, who has just absolutely fell off the face of the earth. Okay? Toni Storm is still going strong. Mercedes Moné is strong. Willow Nightingale is one of the best babyfaces in wrestling right now. And then you can go down the list. I mean, freaking Camille, former NWA Women's Champion, is a bodyguard for Mercedes Moné. I don't necessarily hate that, but I think that she could do a lot more than just be in a bodyguard position, right? If you look at the work that she did in the NWA, I think she could absolutely do that. So if you look at it like that, I think it's time that Tony Khan, I think it's time to AEW, I think it's time for Britt Baker to look in the mirror and go, okay, now or never, right? Now or never. How is this going to roll? And if this is how it's going to roll and it's very inconsistent, then maybe she needs to look outside of the AEW bubble. I hope not. I want Britt Baker to stay in AEW. I want Britt Baker to do great things in AEW. But out of her own best interest, come on now.